All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for all of those who are returning. We had a little bit of technical difficulties getting set up here today, but um, we are ready to go now. So it is the last day of February, and it is opening weekend for the newest Universes Beyond set, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Probably a lot of people will remember it from their youth. I know it was a show that was near and dear to my heart. And I think we're going to see some mixed reactions on TMNT in the Magic world. Just looking at card pricing, looking at what I've seen on turnouts at draft night, haven't been stellar, but uh, maybe it'll change today. Maybe it was just last night. Um, so without further ado, let's get after it. So we have a few different products today to look at. We do have a pre-release kit, got a couple collector boosters. We've got the draft night, got a commander deck and a play booster. You will notice a distinct lack of bundle action here. Uh, both, I guess there was a printing issue with bundles, so very limited supply. Do not go out there and pay $100 for a bundle or anything like that. They're going to be shipped out to all stores across the country in about 2 weeks. So there'll be more regular bundles. There'll be more of sort of the whatever the pizza box gift bundle going out. So yeah, people are probably going to gouge for the next couple weeks, but do not be fooled by them. Let them be the ones holding the bag at the end of the day. Um, there is also another product, which is a cooperative play product called I forget what the product name is, but it's essentially it's very similar to a draft night box or almost a commander deck set. It's got one deck for each of the turtles, and then it's got like a villain deck. And so you play I think it's called the team up box. Um, and so you basically play together against the sort of the villain's deck. So more of a cooperative play mode, which is interesting. They haven't done that uh, maybe ever outside of maybe some of the MTG card, more board game versions. So I don't have that one. I can't speak to how it plays or anything like that, but that is another product that is available. Once those bundles become available, we'll see if I can snag one and see if I want to. Um, Looking at the prices on some of these cards, certainly not going to be a good fiscal decision. I've watched the prices of sort of the most desirable cards absolutely plummet, um, overnight. So some of the more desirable cards, you know, I think that like the highest cards are just the fracture foils, and those are currently clocking in, like 90 to 100, maybe a little bit higher in some other places. But then like regular cards, I think are topping out at about $30 for like the highest end kind of regular treatment, which, considering this is also like day one, not a great sign. Um, Kind of points that this set might be bigger stinker than they were maybe hoping for. But we'll see. We'll see. I certainly have my own opinions on some of the art in here. Um, some of it seems a little uninspired, but some of it's good too. So we'll open some of this and we can revise our opinion at the end. So I'll move the collector boosters out of the way here. We'll save those for the end. Um, there's a collector booster in this guy as well, but we'll maybe just start out with the commander for right now. So only one commander product for this particular set. So just this Turtle Power 5-color deck. You can see the paradigms here are partner with allies, buff your team. What do we have here? So we've got Planeswalker, Mutagen, Ooze symbol right there. On the zip strip, we've got kind of some ooze. Back here, we see we get, I assume we get one of each of the turtles in this set. Otherwise, that would be, I guess, sort of a travesty. But yeah, we got Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael. Interesting that they just ignored Donatello. Come on, why you gotta do my boy like that? Yeah, otherwise nothing too remarkable about the packaging. So let's pull the zip strip. Press start. I guess a lot of people did play I guess the Turtles Nintendo game on NES and are probably traumatized by it, especially that water level. But I guess I don't associate Turtles immediately with video games. I associate it more with the 1987 version. So here's a flyer inside of here. Definitely playing up kind of 8-bit, so interesting choice. Yeah, commander rules, talking about the various color pie. What do we have here? So we do have a poster, definitely playing up the 8-bit a bit more here. So Leonardo, age 16. That's interesting. Didn't realize the turtles were so young. We have deck box, playing up the 8-bit kind of pixel art. Little splinter, 8-bit splinter on there. Kind of more of a Super Nintendo art style right there. Okay. Don't hate it. And then we've got our deck. I guess I assume that Donatello is going to be in here. Is there a very easy way for me to open this? Oh, interesting. They don't really have a pull strip on here. Normally they do. Let me see if I can find something to help me break this plastic, which for some reason seems to be stronger than steel. All right, so we do have Splinter on the back here. We've got manhole cover counters. Let's say find local events. Got a nice little QR code. Can hold it up there. I don't know if you guys can see that super well. Yeah, scan it if you want to go find a local event. All right, so what do we got here? We got Leo in Mythic. Sorry, you're getting a little aberrations there. All right, whenever token you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each thing that you control. Do this once each turn. Spend 1 color each mana, and creatures you control gain menace, trample, lifelink. Okay, and I guess they're playing out partners in here. Makes sense. Obviously, the turtles all play with each other. We've got Donatello, so they did include Donnie here. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus mutagen token are created instead. Okay, so token creation. We got Splinter, and Splinter has Menace. Whenever Splinter, another non-token creature you control, leaves the battlefield, create mutagen. Okay, some more token creation. The Muscle, double all damage. That seems way better than the other stuff, but okay. So making tokens and doubling damage. We've got Michelangelo the Heart, Trample, Raid the Fridge, food tokens, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. Oh yeah, you get a bunch of effects here, and a little card draw. Okay. So yeah, those are probably the notables here. We do have, I guess we have Continue. That one, Continue seems good. Foot Soldiers, April O'Neil. That's old school April. Got Baxter Stockman, Fly in the Ointment. Here comes a new hero. Irma. Irma was that April's like sidekick, or maybe this is from a newer Turtles that I'm less familiar with. I'm more of an old school 87 Turtles, but there have been like 6 or 7 newer shows. Krang the All Powerful. Here is Ray Fillet, or Ray Fillet if you're British. Wave Warrior, that one I don't recall. That one might be newer. Bebop, Pirate Bebop. Dimension X Pizza Soar. Alright. We got Foot Chopper, Game Over, Rat King, Pied Piper kind of thing. We got Shadow Master, Swift Demise, Casey Jones coming at you with the hockey mask. The Electric Seaweed, that's probably what has scarred a lot of people. That was a super hard level, at least when I was like single digit aged. Fast forward, Shell Shock, Special Move, Tempestra, Dame of Games. That one I don't know that I recall. Toka and Razor. High Score. Leatherhead. Level Up. Ninja Power. Pirate Rocksteady. Super Combo. We got, man, a lot of rares in here. We got Double Jump. No, it's not used to this many rares. Arcade Cabinet. Big Mother Mouser. Coin of Mastery. Exploding Barrel. Mole Module. Roadkill Rodney. Big Apple 3 AM. Hidden Hideout. Together Forever. Vanquish the Horde. Wave Goodbye. Blasphemous Act. Biogenic Ooze. Slash Clone. Heralds of Shredder. Aggro Amalgam. Assassin's Trophy. Humongous Fungus. Chromatic Lantern. Cinderglade. City of Brass. Dragon Skull Summit. Exotic Orchard. Fabled Passage. Grand Coliseum. Hinterland Harbor. How many more rares we got here? Here, I'm just going to go through the rares, then I'm going to stop. Rainslook Copse, Rootbound Crag, Smoldering Marsh, Sodden Verger, Spire Garden, Sunken Hollow, Undergrowth Stadium, and Vernal Fen. So they have, I mean, that felt like it was probably all of the, really that was like all of that land cycle, I think. So that, so yeah, I guess they're supporting basically any color combination with this deck. All right, I'm gonna go set these off to the side. I'll have to sleeve them later. Okay, Commander down. Let's see what where we should go. Let's go to the pre. So pre, we have turtles on the front doing their thing. We got April on the side, some monsters, some mutagen. Looks like Baxter Stockman. We got the big bad shred right there. A bunch of Foot Clan soldiers. We got Zipstrip Ooze, and nothing too special on the top. Sewer and Graffiti, so let's pull it. Ugh, come on. Come on, guys, get your stuff together with the zip strips. That's upsetting. Ugh. That's not gonna rip right. All right. All right. Give him shell. Ooh. Getting real PG edgy here. All right. So what do we got here? We have, I assume, more or less, I guess it's a little bit different. This graffiti cover. Lean, Mean, and Green. And Cowabunga. And what does that say? Go Ninja, go. Oh yeah, there we go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Little Vanilla Ice from way back when. All right, so what do we got on the box? We got the team doing their thing in the sewer hideout. Sewer layer, I don't know what the proper terminology for that is. Mikey's kind of on that inside piece. A bunch of counters that are either turtle shells, some are manhole covers. We have the mutagen. And then we got Donnie over here. So cool. Yeah, graffiti box. Well, some people might like that. Inside here, save the promo for last. We got our packs. We got a card separator kind of deal with the art from the box. We've got green and purple. I guess this must be the Donnie spin down. Yeah, I believe this did come in. This comes in one color for each of the turtles. So I believe there's 4 colors. Maybe might even be 5. If I recall correctly, especially if they do special, whatever, elite version dice. Yeah, so here are the products. So we have the Draft Knight, Collector, Turtle Team Up, Boosters, Commander, Pizza Bundle, Regular Bundle. Yeah, so the 2 bundles are not currently being delivered in very high volumes. I think most stores only got 1 or 2. But we have everything else on here. How pre works. I'm sure we're all familiar with that. So we do have a couple different arts. So we got the Krang art, we got Donnie and or Krang and Mikey. We got April and Donnie, and then we have Raph and Leo. So let's get after it. See what sort of rares we might pull. Some of these are not ringing any bells. Omni Cheese Pizza, Dimensional Exile. There's Krang's Robo Body, Fugitive Droid. Not sure that one rings a lot of bells for me. Shredder's Armor, Michelangelo. A turtle in every pack, they say. Rat King, Verminister, Guac and Marshmallow Pizza. Flash Artifact Food. Okay. Nothing, nothing that was really making me say cowabunga there. Almost the exact same commons. Like, almost exactly the same commons. We got Michelangelo's Technique at rare. Mona Lisa, Science Geek. Leonardo, Cutting Edge. We got Leo's Katana, Sword of Sinew and Steel. Oh, okay. Throw up, that's first Mythic. I don't think it's going for particular crazy, but I guess that'll be the card to beat right now. Kind of the sort of their alt art treatment. I think that might be the, I don't know if they're calling it, what are they calling it? There's a Eternal, I think is what they were calling it. Let me see. Or no, source material. So Leo's Katana is going for a whopping $4 right now. So definitely don't appear to be talking about a real high dollar value set. Can't speak to whether it'll be fun to play. I mean, sometimes cheap sets can actually be pretty fun to draft and play, but certainly this is not going to make MTG Finance happy. All right. We got Mutagen Man. Don't know if I remember him from the show. Got Mikey, the Game Master. All right. Turtles Forever. Search your library and or outside the game for exactly outside the game. Interesting. For exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names and reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and shuffle the rest into your library. Okay, that one's interesting. Going outside of the game seems like it would be a little OP. Maybe a little abusable there. Usually that kind of stuff is reserved for like unsets. What is this? Kind of a different art style. Janika's Technique. Okay. Donatello's Technique. Last Ronin Got a lot of techniques in this one. Raphael, the tough turtle. Leader's talent. 3-level enchantment. Get some counters. Gain some life from those counters. Get more counters for casting. Venus torn between worlds. Is that a... Guess I don't recall Venus. There's a girl turtle? Huh. Well, I guess more stuff happened in some of those different different ones that I haven't seen. Okay, we got Raphael's technique here in the foil promo. Single card in here is what it looks like. They don't stamp it anything special for the pre's anymore. So yeah, I guess that's it. So that's all she wrote for this one. So how about we, I'll set these out of the way somewhere. How about we go after the box? So box, we got the team, got the whole gang on the front cover. You know, turtles, nothing too crazy here. Tap into your turtle power. All right. So here's some little, I don't know, chibi style turtles. And talk about the archetypes. We got Sneaky Ninjas, Machines, Disappear, Alliance, and Mutagen. The core types that they kind of support out of the box. Again, we can see the 3 different pack arts there. So I'll just pull a bunch out and we'll start cruising through these real fast. I guess I don't know if you can pull fracture foils from the play decks or the play boosters. Oh, dang, these are super sealed. Like the crimp on this feels like twice as... Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna have to open these a different way because those are definitely well sealed. Ragamuffin Raptor. All right. Definitely seen a lot of Janika. I'm not recalling who Janika was. Mike and Donnie, Party Planners. Are all these gonna... Oh man, all these are gonna be this way. Jeez. Alright, the neutrinos. Janika's Technique, Michelangelo Improviser, Chrome Dome. So we did get another mythic there. These are gonna take longer than I thought since I can't rip these packs. All right, what do we got going on here? Some chibi. Don't know that I love that style, but Don Raff, Hard Science. Kind of curious, so aren't a ton of types where you have 3 types, but the question is Mutant Ninja Turtle one type a compound type, or is it actually Mutant Ninja and Turtle? Let me know in the comments. We got Mouser. Seeing a lot of dupes in here. Tough Turtle. We got who's this guy? Armagon Future Shark. That one I'm not calling. Oh, this one has a little bit of a different treatment. Got like shiny buckle, knee pad. I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll set that one. Maybe that's like some special treatment. Plus Donnie. Donnie's cool. He was the most low-key of all of them. He like never caused any problems. Just chilling in the, chilling in the lair with his gadgets, and you know, Raph was always, being a menace. Leo was always having his like angst about whether he's a good leader or not. Donnie was always like, drunk on pizza. Donnie Donnie was the best. Mikey was, yeah. Don and Leo problem solvers. Not to mention Donnie in the game was absolutely clutch. There was like that first level where if you had Donnie, you could just like totally off that boss with the bow staff, jump up on the ledge, and just like bang, 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 boom, you win that fight. No problem. Southwind Avatar. Lita, Little Orphan Amphibian. Okay, we got Orphan. I don't recall there being that many different mutant turtles, but Northampton Farm, Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. I don't know if I recall those ones. I remember there was like Slash. I remember Toka and Razor, because I think those guys were in the Turtles 2 or Turtles 3, the feature movies. I don't know that I recall a Groundhog though. It's been a while though, so you know, maybe I'm just not remembering. Those machines. Donatello does machines. When evil Shredder attacks, those turtle boys don't cut 'em no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles in a half shell, turtle power. Madame Null, Power Broker. Rene, or Rennet, Temporal Apprentice. Flash, return each non-land permanent entered this turn to owner's hand. Okay. Yeah, they don't make cartoon jingles the way they used to, I feel like. Like I remember cartoon jingles in the 90s were clutch. I mean, they had, you had Turtles, you had Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck. I mean, they weren't messing around. You had some Foot Soldiers, Mondo Gecko. That's another one I don't remember, but we got Mythic. What do we get here? Hexproof. Draw a card for each color among permanents you control. All right. I don't know how often we see like a real reset of pricing after a couple days. I think when you see precipitous drops in card pricing, that's usually indicative of the kind of power level of the cards being not great. There is a doubling season in here. which has been reprinted quite a few times in the past few sets, so definitely losing a little bit of its luster, but we got Shredhead here, the Unrelenting. Got Chibi Leo, Northwind Avatar. Throwing it on up for that. Don't actually know what that Northwind Avatar is from. I don't recall it from the cartoon. Quintessential Katanas. Last Ronin. Jenica. Bad Apple Big Sister. Okay, so that must be a girl turtle that appeared at some point. Tello, Leonardo, Turtle Power, Flash, get a 2-2. I'm I'm feeling pretty on the fence here. I feel like this set doesn't feel like really super cohesive, like from an art style point of view. Which I don't know. Some people don't care about Sally Pride. Yeah, I'm not recalling that character either. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, make a set like this, I feel like you'd almost be better off like maybe sticking to one area, like just do 87 turtles or something, or because I feel like that'll be where people kind of get the most recognition. And then I don't really get the mixing it with the chibi art. Like I don't know if maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's one of the newer series. There's like a chibi style one, or maybe there's a popular Japanese comic or manga or something. Slash. There's our boy Slash, sort of the anti. He's the what is he? He's sort of like the equivalent of the White Ranger from Power Rangers. He was sort of the anti, or maybe the Green. Yeah, maybe the Green Ranger is a better one. He's sort of the bad guy initially, but then eventually I think they get him to come around. Kind of realizes he's being used for evil. Slithering Cryptid. Rat King. Well, we haven't pulled a lot of. Certainly are not really stocking these mythics like crazy, or maybe I'm just hitting the normal pull rates. I guess I tend to have a slightly better pull rate than most people I know, but yeah, I mean, that feels pretty bad. Not gonna lie. I mean, that's 2/3 of a box plus. So I don't know if these are. I mean, maybe it's just kind of a smaller set. Um, and I mean, certainly that could cause people to sort of like poo-poo it anyways. But yeah, I mean, it having like, I mean, 4 cards of note, and I actually don't even think any of these are worth anything. I think these are all like $2 or less cards. Um, so yeah, wizards. I think unfortunately, well, I guess you guys sell wholesale, so you probably won't have too many issues. But I guess distributors or game stores are gonna be holding the bag on this one for a while, kind of like they are with Aether, Drift, and others. The ooze. There's some little baby turtles in the ooze. I was actually so disappointed by the initial art they shared with like all the Pizza Land cycle. Felt like that was super uninspired. So I had made some of my own turtle art for the lands where there's like different colored ooze like dripping on the turtles. Weirdness to 11, Kitsune's technique, Savante Romero. I don't know, he looks like some sort of demon wizard. I definitely don't recall him. Um, Here, let me see if I can find some of the art that I made for that because it was, I don't know, I thought it was okay. Um, let's see, they shared this originally kind of a ways back. Yeah, so made that in Chat GPT real quick. I don't know. I thought that was cooler. Like you got sewers, you got like baby turtle, you got the ooze. Like that's pretty sick, right? And then did one for each of the kind of like each of the things. Colorless. You know, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm not being super creative here to do this, but I mean, to me, those like pop, those seem a lot cooler. Um, like I feel like I would have been a little more pumped, but like the lame, sort of the lame, you know, pizza kind of thing was, I don't know, just didn't resonate with me at least. Yeah, like I don't know, felt like pizza toppings just kind of lame. Um, so let's keep it going. So far I'm not feeling the love. Let me just say it that way. Maybe maybe they saved all the love here for the collector boosters. I'm definitely gonna have to open some other stuff here to bridge the gap. Krang, okay. So here is a um this is one of the chase cards in the set. So this is like actually probably the first really good one that we've gotten. Um, because that has flying, trample, indestructible, and haste. It's a 9/9. It does cost 9, so you're gonna have to figure out a way to cheat it on. But then other artifact creatures you control have flying. So yeah, so you get a bunch of stuff, and all of the other stuff you have get a bunch of stuff. So, but it also has a bunch of types, so it's artifact and a creature and a robot, and I guess it's probably the only Ultram, so that doesn't really help you much. But I mean, having so many like types will definitely make it easier to cheat it in. So yeah, I can definitely see this one getting some play. And I mean, 9/9 by itself is already a pretty big swing. And you'll be able to probably modify that with like counters and stuff. So yeah, I think that one will probably be very cheatable. Here's that bovine one. I guess I didn't get the bovine thing. Maybe that's from like a series I didn't watch. We got Splinter, got some ninja stuff. It'll be interesting to see if any of the ninja stuff really. Oh, my wrappers are collapsing here. If any of the ninja stuff plays well with why am I spacing? Neon Dynasty, um, or any of the Kamigawa kind of flavored sets, because obviously don't get a ton of ninjas in the game. Foot soldiers, henchmen, turncoat, kunoichi. Sorry, Japanese a bit rusty. Come on, I'm telling you, like we should start making like safety ropes out of this stuff. Shredder's technique, Raph's technique. I was hoping I would get a super shredder. I mean, maybe I'll get it in the Draft Night box. But, I mean, I am not particularly like Turtles in Time. That one was a rough movie. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library. Then each player that does draw 7 cards, exile. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'm not sure I'm feeling real enthused to buy a lot of this product, especially if this is my pull experience. But I also could have gotten, I guess, some dud boxes here. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Turtles Forever. Oh, what's going on with this guy being like all gray? See you in another multiverse, bro. Okay, last pack. Last chance to pull that Super Shredder. Really, Krang and Super Shredder, I think, were the only ones I was like hoping I would get. So I guess I got 50% of them. Shark Shredder. Ah, oh, so close. So close. Shark Shredder. What does it do though? First strike, 4/4, 4. Does a decent amount for what it is. I'll throw it up there. All right. Well, that's the box, folks. So not awesome. I can tell you that much. I'm nowhere even remotely close to breaking even right now. Like very, very, very far away from breaking even. So let's move on. So this one will come, of course, with a little bit more. Or it comes with 12, I want to say 12 packs. And then the one kind of prize pack. So here's, oh, it's kind of cool art. I kind of like the concept art style in this. Sort of neat. Talks about the, I guess, same archetypes that we have from over here. I guess I didn't show you box art here. Again, kind of the darker, edgier art style. I dig that. Otherwise, this box is fairly uneventful. Yeah, nothing else going on there. So here is the prize pack. There's the Shredhead. Shredhead is right there. So, and we got the mutagen. It's actually kind of got a little squished. I don't know if that's just my box, but Yeah, mutagen. Probably should have made this like a punch out. Otherwise, like, what are you gonna do with this? Make somebody like pull it apart and cut it up? I don't know. So this does come with all the lands, which I assume the lands here not anything to write home about. I think it's just gonna be like kind of New York City streets. Not gonna crack that because you know there's a few land sets that I think were awesome. This is not one of them. Theros, great land set. Um, Dominaria United, great land set. Gone. Genghis Frog. That's another new one. Shredder Technique. April O'Neil Hacktivist. I guess a little controversy over that one as well. Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Kind of a foily treatment there. All right. Come on. Turtle Blimp. There you go. Remember that was the must-have toy when you were a kid. You get the Turtle Blimp or the Turtle Van, one that shot the little plastic pizza things. Yeah, you would have been showboating that around in elementary school. It'd be like, no big deal. You want to come to my house? I got the Turtle Van. I think I did have a full set of the action figures at one point. Lost all the little doodads that go with them, all their weapons and stuff. But I actually just saw one the other day when I was visiting my family. The lone naked turtle now at this point. Doesn't have his weapons, doesn't have his ninja belt. Cool but rude. Raphael's but cool but rude. Michelangelo is a party dude. I assume, based on the fact that I've seen Does Machines and Cool but Rude, is there's got to be a party machine. Getting a lot of this Jenica's technique. As a way with machines, planner. Agent Bishop, Man in Black. That one, don't quite recall. Foil that Jenica's technique. It pulled like 30 of those. Haven't pulled like much in whatever that subset is. Raphael Ninja Destroyer. Alright. Raphael must be blocked if able. Enrage. Whenever Raphael is dealt damage, add that much red mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. It's interesting that it's damage dealt, so if this is sort of a sacrificial card, like he takes a big swing and you block it, then you get a ton of mana. Is that how that works? That could be interesting, I suppose. If that's how it works. I could see how that's abusable. If you could figure out a way to flash that up, yeah, and then it must be blocked if able. And then, oh, And when Raphael, oh, so if he's blocking or attacking and takes damage, so and they have to block him if possible. So I mean, you could force your hand on a few things. Could see. I think I recall reading an article about like most of the best cards in the set are Raphael cards. So I could see, being able to force and being able to get a bunch of mana on attacking or blocking. I could see that being useful. All right. All I gotta say is I better get like an entire pack of doubling seasons because otherwise I am not doing well, folks. I got like the one $20 card that's probably going to drop to 5 or 10. And yeah, this is definitely a buy singles product because this one might be cheaper than Fallen Empires. Okay, well that's it so far, folks. That's honestly a pretty tough pill to swallow. Um, all right, collector booster, Shredhead on here. See if we can redeem something. Something at all. We got a bunch of shiny bulk here. April O'Neil, sort of different treatment. We got Cultivate. We got Mountain. You know, Full Art, Foil, Pizza Land. We got Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Got Trample. Whenever you tap for mana. Whenever you tap a land for mana, also add that. Could find somewhere. This cycle land enters tapped unless you control lands. Okay, so you can get it out there untapped. Krang the All-Powerful. Silver-clad Ferocedons. Ferocidons. Enrage, whenever creature is dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Oh, here's Donatello Gadget Master. Not quite a Fracture foil, but I think this one actually is. This one's up there. This one actually might be getting close. If it had the Fracture border, I think that one was going for about 100 plus. This one might be like 40-ish. So, I mean, that, as far as I'm concerned, is probably the leading card here. So that helps a little. I don't think it's going to help enough, but helps a little. I guess let me look more carefully what this actually does. Sneak. Whenever Donatello deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. I don't know if the treatment there is what's driving the price or if it's something else. The effect doesn't seem that amazing. But all right, here's a broccoli land pizza. The Dragon's Daughter. Aggro Amalgam is a Voracious Hydra workup. What's the art here? It's like a combination of Rocksteady and some other stuff. Has Trample. This creature gets X plus 1 counters. When the creature enters, choose to double the number of counters on this creature, or this creature fights target creature you don't control. This creature, what does that mean? Does that mean attack? This creature fights target creature you don't control. I guess I'm not familiar with that. Splinter in the shadows with some kind of dodgy art. Making Donnie party planners and art card. I don't know. Don't know if there was anything in that one. Here, let me check Scryfall. See if that Splinter card is notable. I guess it's top 4. 20 bucks. Oh, dang. That card in Jumpstart 2002 is $73. What? But in foil, what is this in foil? Oh, actually, that Splinter card right now, I mean, bearing in mind this is day 1 pricing, that Splinter card is actually 80 bucks. So we'll see if it stays there. I doubt it will, but I mean, that's doing some heavy lifting for us right now. All right, what do we got? Sorry, I gotta go back here. All right, we got some of this kind of, it's almost like Where's Waldo art. We got an Ash Barrens. We got the Silhouette Land here. Southwind Avatar, Steelbane Hydra. Got more of that one. Leo's Katana, another one of those sort of sinew and steel. It's only a $4 card. Oh, nothing too notable. What's this? Where were these from? All right, last chance, folks. Last chance for me to pull any sort of redemption from this set. I guess the Splinter is doing a little heavy lifting. We'll see if it stays there. All right, the last few cards. We got Black Mushroom Pizza Land. We got Broadcast Takeover. At least we're coming in mythic here. Gain control of all artifacts your opponent control until the end of the turn. Untap them. They gain haste until the end of the turn. Okay. So put that there. We got Michelangelo the Heart. Trample, Raid the Fridge. Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Sorry, wrong button. That is a rare, and I think this one is worth a couple bucks because if I recall, let me tab over here. This is something called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Eternal. So this is, there's a kind of the ones you're wanting to pull here. Top card is Dark Ritual. Second card is this card. So that's good. Then there's Big Mother Mouser, Ninja, Rocksteady, and Krang. So the Dark Ritual basically looks like Splinter making a pizza in full art. For whatever reason, that's like $100. Then there's this card, which is also about $130. And yeah, the other top 5 cards here are all sort of this like bit pixel art style. So, all right, so $100 card, good. All right, let me get back onto OBS. All right, so I can see again. All be one is obviously a this is a reprint. So this is Wrath is the Last Ronin, and this guy's coming in Mythic. This one is which set was this from? PZA. What was PZA? Was that what they called the Eternal set as well? No. PZA was the no. Where's PZA? Source material. Yeah, so source material set. So Ronin's number 2. So this is actually fairly decent card. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. So okay, so we got one decent pack, and then this guy not doing anything for us. But pulled out a couple nice cards here at the end. You know, we got Shredder, we got All Be One, we got Splinter and Donatello Gadget Master. Let's look up Donatello real quick. Because Donatello was up here. In the foil. All right, so the one that I have is not, no, it is a foil. Foil, but not a fracture foil. So, 10 bucks. So not a big swinger, but something. Yeah, what is from the core set? Yeah, Donatello Gadget Master and Fracture Foil is the big one. So it looks like there may only be, and this could just be because it's day 1, looks like there's only 2 Fracture Foils showing up on Scryfall right now. Didn't get a Super Shredder. Honestly, kind of disappointed by that, considering that there were like really only 2 cards I wanted to get. You know, but again, you know, there's some different ones that are different treatments on that one, so I'm sure I can probably be able to, I'll just buy that one as a single, unless I happen to pull it if I end up getting a bundle or a pizza box. But not gonna lie, folks, not super enthused with the number of good cards I pulled from this set. I can't speak to whether this is actually fun to draft. Maybe it is. Seems like a fairly low-powered set for the most part, in the grand scheme of things, which I guess you can't have every set be Modern Horizons, but you know, that's sort of the risk that you face as a company. Like once you let the cat out of the bag with things like Modern Horizons, like, you know, people start expecting that, you know, sets will have that power level going forward. So it's one of the challenges with any TCG game is you gotta kind of control the balance of each set quite a bit. But you know, I'm not Wizards. I'm not Hasbro. Because if I were, probably wouldn't dilute the IP brand with these partnerships, but maybe it's making them a ton of money. I mean, certainly Magic makes like a lot of Hasbro's dollars today, so I guess they're doing what they're gonna do. I guess I will might see you guys again when the next set comes out, or maybe when bundles come in a couple weeks. I think Strix Secrets of Strixhaven is the next set coming out in, I don't know, it's like in a month or two. So That'll be good. Actually, you know what? I totally forgot this. I have some additional cards here. I forgot I was gonna open. Um, got a couple other collector boosters, so let's open some. Because why not? This Turtles opening wasn't super stellar, so let's go old school. So what we got: Innistrad Tarkir Eclipsed, which are like in, old school kind of sets. We got Edge of Eternities, which is, a little bit different going into sci-fi direction, but let's start with Innistrad. Uh, I'm very pleased with the stream today. I have had 0 frames dropped, which is awesome. So let's take these from the other direction. Imprisoned in the Moon. Um, there's actually interesting, right? So part of the story is that the Eldrazi Titans, so Emrakul and his buddies, eventually they get tossed up into the moon. And there was a card of some like crazy guy where he is talking about like heron in the moon or something like that. And it's an interesting one to look up if you have some time. Um, all right, you got a beautiful old school retro land there. Got a double-sided grizzly angler. Oh, you know what? Isn't that the art from Deceit? Or it's very close to it. If it's not, Deceit coming from this set. I'm gonna have to compare those. I'm gonna set this aside to look at that. I didn't realize that may have been like a reprint art. All right, It of the Horrid Swarm, Fiend Hunter, Borrowed Hostility, Conjurer's Closet. All right, doing something there. If I recall correctly, that's like a $10 card. We got Zealous Conscripts. Don't really know where we sit on that one. Thalia, Heretic Cather. Another Zealous Conscripts. Okay. Eh. All right, let's do Tarkir. What I have not pulled, which I would be ecstatic if I did. Here, let me just check, make sure, see which way these are collated. Yeah, so these are collated backwards too. So we'll do these backwards. I would be thrilled to pull a Dragon Scale because I saw somebody pulled the Dragon Scale at the release date that I was at for this one, and I was like, oh man, that one's pretty awesome. Um, all right, what do we got? Armament Dragon in sort of the dragon art border. Corroding Dragonstorm. Okay, we got a mythic, and that is Taigam Master Opportunist. Don't think it's massively valuable. It's a couple dollars last I recall, which was quite a long time ago. Infantry Shield, Awaken the Honored Dead. Carsey Revenant, I do believe that one was worth a couple bucks in that treatment. And then Naga Flesh Crafter. I don't think that one was anything crazy. So, all right. We're not doing anything super crazy yet, but maybe we will change our luck here in these last 2 packs. This is collated the right way. Thank you. Makes my life a lot easier as a right-handed individual. All right. And we got Adept Water Shaper. We got Impulsivity. Steam Vents. it's a good curse to have, but I can only pull Steam Vents from Lorwyn. I've pulled, I think, like 15 Steam Vents at this point, and like I cannot pull anything else. I've not pulled any of the other ones other than Steam Vents. Like the the world wants me to play Is It. So we got Erdu. Have pulled actually this exact card a couple times, so this one's not super new for me. Tristan Callus, Cultivator, Dulcider. I don't know if this is actually a good card. Death Touch, 3 mana, Death Touch. Whenever a creature enters, transforms, mill 3 cards. Other side is Death Touch, mill 3 cards, exile. You can transform it back and forth. Okay. Not amazing. And finally, Edge of Eternities. Edge of Eternities, although it was a departure from the typical fantasy genre of, of this game, I did think that it was well done. Very cohesive theme, cohesive art. Some nice shock lands. I think pretty good balance, pretty good drafting experience. So, like, I give kudos to them for this one. Like this is I think what they need to try to do with each set, right? Have like, its own its own magic kind of world. But I think making it cohesive is really key. All right. These are all of our uncommons. They did have these beautiful full arts. And what do we got here? Oh, we got Exalted Sunborn. We got Uthros Research Craft. Rust Harvester. Bonder's Enclave. And, okay, so didn't do anything crazy there. All right, well, I thought I would be able to maybe perk things up there at the end. I mean, we got a couple cards, but like we're not writing home about anything. So that does indeed end our stream for the day now. And I will probably see you guys in not too long, maybe in a couple weeks when some of these bundles roll in. Otherwise, a couple weeks after that when Strixie rolls in, or if I'm feeling saucy, maybe I'll pick something up at the friendly local hood game store and do a quick opening then. But thanks again for visiting. I do appreciate you guys stopping in and leaving me some messages, telling me what you want to see. I'll probably actually do a video on this guy at some point. I picked this guy up. It came out a couple weeks ago. It's like an escape room. So Murders at Karlov Manor, kind of escape room thing. So I'll do a short video on this at some point in the next couple weeks. Kind of comes with some cool tchotchkes and stuff. So before you guys kind of dive in and spend the money on it, watch my video, see if it makes you want to buy it or not. But as always, the Game Engineer thanks you for your patronage, and like and subscribe if this took your mind off of anything you wanted it taken off of. Be excellent to each other, and I will see you next time, folks. Have a good day.